Jay loves kids. He drove a bus for many, many years. The kids loved him. He was influential in many of their lives. Jay and I have had some epic battles over the years. He is a formidable opponent. However, I made it to the finish line despite holding my ground over a plethora of issues. Jay is misunderstood by folks that don't really know him. He, J.B. Buckland, and Chris McClarney always did as much as possible financially for the school system. I was there and I know. All he ever asked was to spend taxpayers' money wisely. And everybody knows the school board is the biggest budget item in the county. And if we're going to save money, we have to work together in order to do so. The Agricultural Land Lab is a lifetime dream of Jay's. We talked 25 years ago about this idea. We got this project off the ground with the help of many Giles County citizens. Not one dime of school money, Dr. Albergast was there, was spent until this project was up and running. And I'm telling you, it took right smart money. It's back when a heifer was bringing $1,500. Now I would say that our program is the very best in the Commonwealth. I represented the entirety of Giles County during my career. Therefore, I'm qualified to say there are wonderful people from one end to the other of this great county of Giles. I'll take my oath on it. I have never requested something for kids and been denied. The people are that devoted to our children. And I'm talking about people who don't have kids in the school system, nothing else. They're willing to pony up. I'm not going to make a habit of appearing at these meetings, but tonight I implore this group of servants to always put kids first in every decision you render. Jay Williams and J.B. Buckland have put that in my head for years. Put kids first. Doing so will assure you are correct every single time. If you do the right thing for the right reason, I pledge my support with every gut I have. I have a vested interest in Giles County Schools. A daughter and two grandkids, it's in this system. And remember, sometimes you add by subtraction and a new broom sweeps clean. Now let's get to work for our future, and thank you for your time and attention. God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mills. Ms. Wright?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Or afternoon. I stand before you as president of the Giles Education Association, representing all members, with great pleasure and excitement as we gather here today to welcome the newest members of our school board. Mrs. Price, Mr. Williams, we extend our warmest greetings to you as you have chosen to dedicate your time, energy, and expertise to the betterment of our educational community. Joining a school board is not for the weak. It's not just a responsibility. It is a commitment to the future of our students, our educators, and our community as a whole. As we welcome you both to our board, we are also welcoming new perspectives, fresh ideas, and experience that will undoubtedly contribute to the continued success of our school district. In your decision to serve, you have demonstrated a dedication to fostering an environment where every student can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. Your willingness to step into this vital role reflects a profound understanding of the importance of education in shaping the future of our community. As we embark on this collaborative journey, let us remember that a school board is not just a governing body. It is a team of passionate individuals working together to provide the best possible education for our students. Each member brings a unique set of skills, experiences, and perspectives that, when combined, create a synergy that moves us towards excellence. To our new members, I say thank you for your commitment on behalf of GEA. Thank you for your service. Thank you for believing in the power of education. Your presence here today is a testament to your dedication to the betterment of our schools, and we are genuinely excited about the positive impact we know you will make. Let us all pledge our support and cooperation as we work hand in hand to create a learning environment that nurtures curiosity, encourages creativity, and prepares our students for a bright and successful future. Once again, we welcome you. May your service be marked by achievement, collaboration, and the shared joy of witnessing the growth and success of every student in our county. The Giles Education Association looks forward to working with you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anybody else wanting to speak, sign up? Okay. We'll go ahead, speak now forever, or hold your peace till next month. We'll do the consent items, and probably what we ought to do is have a separate motion to approve the December minutes, because we do have a new board where the three of us can vote on that. So if somebody will take, if we have a motion to approve the December minutes, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the December minutes.
Second.
All right, and the other two board members will abstain since they weren't members at the time. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously with Mr. Williams and Ms. Price abstaining. All right, now with the remainder of the consent items, which include bills, payroll, revenue expenditures reports, appropriation requests, do I have a motion to approve those?
I'll make that motion to approve consent items.
Have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion as to that? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously.
Thanks, sir. I have some personnel items I need to ask the board to approve at this time. I need to ask the board to approve the employment of the following individuals. Emily Harless, Mares Elementary Middle School elementary teacher, effective January 8th. Lisa Reed, Eastern Elementary Middle School teacher assistant, effective January 8th. And Mary Stump, Mason McClarity teacher assistant, effective January 16th.
Have a motion to approve those positions of employment.
I'll make that motion to approve the employment.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Need to ask the board to approve the following resignations. Cameron Lowe, Nares High School teacher assistant, effective January 5th. And Quade Parker, Giles High School art teacher, be effective at the end of the 23-24 school year.
Do I have a motion to approve the resignations?
I'll make a motion to approve this.
Do I have a second? Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. At this time, I need to ask the board to approve continuing the policy services agreement with VSBA. Just a little bit of background, Virginia School Board Association, we participate with them along with the other school divisions that throughout the state that do. They provide updates to policies, revisions, new policies, et cetera, based on any laws or General Assembly action that needs to affect them. So we participate in their policy services, and there is a fee to do that. So I need to ask the board to approve that again, to continue that for the next year.
I'll make a motion that we approve to continue the VSBA work.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. You are also received a copy of the 2024 VSBA School Board Code of Ethics. At this time, I'd ask the board to approve that for each of the board members, and you received a copy, and there's also a copy here that you would sign if it's approved.
I'll make a motion that we approve the school board code of ethics, please.
Second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor of approving the VSBA Code of Conduct for school board members signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes unanimously. All right, and we'll pass this around for everybody to sign it like a resolution.
I'm assuming you're okay. I'm gonna keep on.
Yes, sir.
My information for you. Some updates, enrollment, as of today, our enrollment was 2,195. That's 2,184 in-person students and 11 virtual in-county students. That is a decrease of 7 from December 21st. We also have 1,251 stride students currently, so those are our non-residential out-of-county virtual students. So we have a total of 3,446 students overall. Any questions or? I also, at this time, I sent you an email last week about the bids for Macy McClarty project. That is the HVAC roof and window replacement. I shared with you who last week who the low bidder was, but what I've done there is compiled the information into one sheet so you can see all the bids that were received. We received 4 of them, and what the base bid was, what the cost was for the replacing the windows, and what the building control system cost was, and the total cost. So at this time, I need to ask the board, and I'm going to ask you to approve the low bid so that we can begin moving forward with this process. If you look at the bottom line there, you see number of days of the project. What that means is from the time we tell them to go, that's how many days it's going to take them to complete the project. And that is due to lead times for some of the equipment. For example, the switchgear is 52 to 54 weeks out. So we need to try to get on their schedule and get moving forward as quickly as we can. So at this time, I need to ask the board to approve the low bid of RL Price Construction for a total of $8,346,300.
Do I have a motion to approve that?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Just want to clarify that ZMN has approved that meets the specifications of the package and everything in there. All right. Anybody else have any comments, questions?
And we're going to work on scheduling some of the windows. They call it gray light. We're going to schedule a visit to a school where they put it in, so we have an idea of what it looks like, glare-wise, et cetera, so that principals have been invited as well for those sites. We're going to replace windows and add some in the front, so we are going to schedule that as well.
All right. And I guess just this is more for a work session as we proceed. We just need to make sure that there's an issue, making sure that we've got to spend some grant money that we're going to lose if we don't spend it by certain timeframes, June 30th and September. That somebody's going to be purchasing here, and we've got to make sure we comply with the qualifications for that, to be able to spend that grant money for it to qualify.
So you may see, if we start purchasing equipment, when we start purchasing equipment, you may see some of it being delivered to Macy and in a fenced-in area that is secured because we need to have it on site.
We might spend a few thousand to save a couple million.
We need to use the ESSER funding and the HVAC grant funding that we have.
All right, any other further discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving the low bid of RL Price Construction, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passes unanimously.
We'll notify ZMM tomorrow, let them know so that they can start working on documents. I want to take again, in line with projects, so you know, we we need to get Giles and Neris High School projects out there as well. So as long as you're still comfortable, we're gonna continue to move forward with ZMM and have them ready to get those out there soon, so we can, because we're gonna run into the same problem there with lead times that we're running into with Mason, that we're running into with the lights at the football field, for Giles High School.
Those, that's what the board of supervisors approved for the funding part of it.
What was the total price on those two? Estimate.
I can tell you what we had estimated for, I'll tell you all of them. What we estimated for Macy was just over 9.8 million, almost 9.9. Narrows High School was 13.4. That's HVAC, roof, windows, a safe school entrance, and lighting in the auditorium. And Giles High School was 18.7 million. That's again, HVAC, roof and windows, safe school entrance, and then the lighting in the auditorium. We've already moved forward on the lighting for the football field lighting. We're waiting on equipment to be obtained by the contractor so they can start. Again, lead times, I think we were told today, lead time is April before they get that, so it's gonna be probably summertime before that's finished. Sound system, we already told them to move forward on the sound system in the auditorium and the band in the corral room as well. So again, we're waiting on equipment to be, lead time there, equipment.
Anything else on the radar y'all was planning on doing?
We had the safe school entrance and elevator refurbishment on Narrows Elementary, about $650,000.
And we're hoping that's being way over, hopefully it'll cost a lot less.
And we had what we call a phase 2 at Macy, for classrooms.
Yeah.
And that included a STEM room as well. It just depends on how many classrooms we talk. We told you during the conversation it was 7, and then there was also another 10, so we
There's three options, there's 4, 7, and 10 total.
For STEM labs?
no, just classrooms.
I think the 4 would still have a STEM lab.
Four included 3 classrooms and a STEM lab.
Yeah, so you'll get STEM lab either way, and then there's, when we met with, it was November, October, no, it was late.
November, I think.
Yeah, November, it was late in the fall. I think it was right before the election. We went and toured the schools, and Mr. McLaurin and the board of supervisors asked us, could we handle, if the housing development in Harrisburg came up, if it does increase enrollment, they've got to provide some more data on that, but there was options there, and then Mr. Steele had proposed, so that basically 2 options. One, to expand it and use it as elementary school. The other would be, one, replace the 4 classrooms at a bare minimum. I think that's what we got to do. The other would be add-on classrooms for either use as a middle school for the eastern and central districts with Mr. Steele, or just for extra capacity and be able to handle an extra classroom per grade in that building. I think was what that discussion was.
And Mr. Williams, to keep going on with that, there were some other things there in that phase 2 type conversation with Macy. Door replacement for all classrooms interior, estimated about $750,000. Elevator refurbishment there as well, because that's the other school that has an elevator, and updating their safe school entrance, which is about $300,000.
Okay.
Estimated.
What about our financing? Where's most of this money coming from?
We have some carryover funds that we have from the last 4 years available. And what I need to do is I need to print this off, what we gave them in November. I'll give it to you, and it's all lined out. Okay. We also have ESSER money that was mentioned, just about 2.9 million we've got to spend by September 30th. HVAC grant of about $450,000. We have to spend that by the end of December, I believe. We have applied for grant funding, what's called, we call it SCAP, but it's School Construction Assistance Program funds. Giles High School, Macy, and Narrows High School, we were already awarded funds for those three. 5.4 million, that neighborhood for Giles High. Macy was 2.9, and Narrows was 3.8. We have applied for Eastern, a second round. We applied for Macy Phase 2, second round. That was submitted back in November, and Giles and Narrows High School, we already were awarded. But we also applied for literary fund for Giles High School, Narrows High School, Eastern, Macy Phase 2, Tech Center, and Narrows Elementary for the safe schools and the elevator. So I'll print this off so you got it all.
All it's been approved.
Yeah.
It's not been approved, literary fund and SCAP for the second round of the SCAP's not been approved, and the second round of literary fund has not been approved. The only literary fund that was approved was Macy McClarity for $7.8 million, $7,850,000.
I see what you're saying. Need more money for that, probably, okay.
Yeah, the couple things on it. One, we as a board entered a resolution. The Board of Supervisors wanted that when they approved our application for literary loan, that we would not do anything as a board, approve anything without their approval, because it was going to involve borrowing for the county. The other thing, the good thing about it is you'll find this great, is if the way these things are going to get approved, it looks like we're not going to have to apply for interim financing. So it's not like in the past where you did these previous projects and borrowed interim financing for 10 years. So.
Good.
Yes.
Great, sounds good.
But probably the best construction news we could ever hope for.
It is, oh yeah, these bids are unbelievable, really, so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I said the bids we just talked about there, it came back in much lower than, under what they anticipated, so that's good. Couple recognitions. I want to congratulate Collier Pruitt, Narrows High School senior football player, second team All-State, offense, all-purpose, and defensive back, and punt returner. And also was named to the All-Times in 2023 first team all-purpose position. So congratulations to him for that recognition. Want to again recognize all of our teachers of the year: Kelly Davis, Narrows High School; Jan Souter, Giles High School; Jenny Hogan, Eastern Elementary Middle School; Emily Phillips, Macy McClarity; and Jennifer Thompson, Narrows Elementary Middle School. Congratulations to them for being recognized as a teacher of the year for their respective sites. And also congratulations to Jan Souter for being recognized as the Giles County Public Schools Teacher of the Year this afternoon prior to the board meeting during our reception. So congratulations to all of them, and best of luck to Ms. Souter as she moves forward into the regional and state competitions. I'm sure you're aware, General Assembly session began last Wednesday, January 10th. So we'll keep tabs on bills and budget proposals and that sort of stuff in the coming weeks to see where they go and see what's coming about.
I see both houses, there's bipartisan support for the, was it 3% and 7%?
I think so. What I've heard is that the House and Senate budget versions will be better than what the proposal is currently. So it's just a matter of time to see where they come in and what it does actually look like.
Hurry up and wait.
Yep. Also, want to take the opportunity, this week, January 14th through the 20th, has been designated as Virginia School Principals Appreciation Week. So I want to take the opportunity to recognize our school principals, thank them for the work that they do. What they do each day for our staff, students, and schools is greatly appreciated, and I just want to take the opportunity to thank them for what they do.
Thank you, guys. And to reward you, we gave you almost a whole week without students. I mean.
Also, just so you know, the 24-25 school calendar, we're going to convene the committee and get that process started. So we need to get that moving along so we can get something back to you all so you all can approve it, tell us to back up, punt, whatever it might be. The only other thing I had was, I shared an email with you about that social media litigation last week as well. I just need some guidance. Do you want to schedule a time to ask you any questions you may have with the council before making any decisions? I would assume that you do, but I didn't want to make that assumption and schedule something without talking to you first.
I'd like to, maybe if we could do that, at least by me personally, I'd like to, if we did the work session, that we set. And, anything we've got written wise to look at, just so basically understand kind of the basis of the claims. It's, personally, we preach personal responsibility, and then now we're.
I'll reach out to him. I did reach out to him and told him I shared some information with you and would have conversation with you this evening to see. I assume that you'd want to have a conversation with him or her at the next work session, but I didn't want to, again, take that and make that assumption and schedule something without talking to you first. So I'll reach out, once we schedule the work session for February, I'll reach out to them and make sure they're available, and we'll do that because they'll want to do that in closed session, or closed portion. I think that's everything that I have, except to also thank the committee for the Teacher of the Year.
Yes.
For their work, Mr. McCoy, Ms. Hyatt, Ms. Webb, Ms. Moy, and Mr. Candy. Thank them for the work that they did choosing the elementary, secondary Teacher of the Year and the Giles County Teacher of the Year. We appreciate them serving in that capacity. We know it's not easy, but we do appreciate them taking their time to do it.
Guess we'll need to set some dates.
We need work session date, board meeting date. But we also, Ms. Gwen likes this, we have our school board retreat tentatively scheduled, but so we need to see if you want to keep that tentatively scheduled, if you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, how you want to proceed with that.
Well,
So,
I guess the board, let's start with the board meeting.
board meeting, the third Thursday would be February 15th,
6 p.m.
and that'd be at 6 o'clock, correct?
Does that work for everybody? If not, we can, even though we just set the date, set an alternate date.
February 15th, good with everybody? Okay. School board retreat, normally the board has scheduled 2 days. First day of the retreat, and it's not really a retreat, as Ms. Quinn says, meet with the administrators from the school, each principal for about 45 minutes to an hour, and reviews information that they provide about their school, achievements, et cetera, and provide the board the opportunity to ask questions to that principal. That's the first day, as well as Ms. Glover, Jesse, meet with Jesse, and the first day, well, that's the first day. I was trying to think who else was the first day. Second day is normally central office staff, Ms. Morris, Ms. Tibbs, Ms. Mustaine, Dr. Brown, myself, and whoever else that I've left off. That's normally historically what it's been, and that second day has been in conjunction with the board meeting. So we'll make the assumption, since we moved the board meeting on the 15th to 6 o'clock, you will not want to start, if we hold the retreat at 8 o'clock on the 15th, you'll want to back it up so that we run right into the board meeting.
That would probably be preferable. It is a long day, but it's a worthwhile day.
It's a lot of information.
I'm looking at them all out there being like,
Well, no, hey,
it's kidding,
you get all that information, and then everybody reiterates. We've had, Nicole and Jay probably knows this, but we had budget hearings in October and November at each school and each program and transportation, whatever. They all have their wish list for budget requests, and we've heard those. We try to attend those. Most of us attend it, and then this is a great time we get together. Those are reiterated, and it's educational. You learn a lot, and I think it's the most valuable thing we do, because I think it's the only time sometimes we get to sit down and really listen to administrators and program directors and that type of stuff. So Melissa hates it, but
It's just a long day.
it is a very long
It is, and
day.
your brain just gets fried. I mean, it's, and I'm
if you-
sure our administrators, it's hard for them to get out of their buildings, and it just makes for a long day, but
So
it's okay.
If
It's
you all
part
are
of the job.
comfortable with doing February 8th and February 15th, that's the second Thursday and the third Thursday, we'll make the schedule on those 2 days.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Okay, so we'll work on those schedules for those 2 days. So then we need a work session.
First. Now, I think, what is this week?
You got next week, 22nd, you got the 3 days, 29th, 30th, 31st, and then you're in February.
We probably ought to look at the week of January 29th or the week of February 5th, since we're already gonna be here the next 3 weeks. No, the 2 weeks after that. Let's see. Anybody have, how about Thursday, February 1st?
Got safety first after that.
We can do it in an hour, 41 minutes.
So if we started at about 10, we could do it at 10. Yeah, if we started the work session about 10, if we start the work session about 10, that'd be all right here.
Yeah, I like having that lunch. Most people like to stop talking if they get hungry, so.
We need to move, we could do 9:30.
I can move the threat assessment team or not have.
10 o'clock's fine, I think.
Okay, then that gives us some time, if two and a half hours at least. And we need to we get lunch.
Yeah, I mean, if we need, and if anybody, the way Jay and Nicole, just let Amanda know if you want items to be on the work session. You know, we can discuss that, and it's pretty, and even if it's not on the agenda, you know, we can discuss it.
Yeah. Because it's a work session, it's nothing, you don't vote on anything unless we schedule a meeting prior, but during the work session, there's no voting on anything there. February 7th we'll be back to our normal once a month, first meeting with the 2 board of supervisors members. That'd be at 1 o'clock. Only 2 board members can go. Making the assumption.
Yeah, and whoever else wants to go, you know, we talk, just so you guys know, we do 2-on-2 so that we have a little bit of privacy. Otherwise, both boards, if you have 3 members of either board, it's got to be publicly noticed. You know, we discuss, you know, concerns that the school system has about, you know, any maintenance, transportation. You know, we've got a bunch of joint efforts there, and then discuss finances, discussing the projects we have going up. It's really good. And I guess coming up this spring, we'll have discussions about, I'm sure benefits will come up, the insurance plan. And it's always the first Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Board of Supervisors has their regular meeting on the first Wednesday, and we'll meet at 1 o'clock before their meeting. That usually takes about an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah. Usually Mr. Lawson, they may change it, but usually it's Mr. Lawson and Mr. Morris. I'd be glad to attend. Phil, Jay, Nicole, anybody?
I can go Wednesday.
February 7th at 1 o'clock. I'll send out a reminder. I'll verify with Chris close next week, and I'll send you a reminder.
Mr. Buckland, it'd probably be best if you went, I think. Board chairman.
I'll plan to go,
Okay.
usually that's,
Well, if something happens, y'all can't make it, I'll be glad to.
well, that's what it is, a lot of times, if anybody can't, we'll
Yeah.
try to let people know, have time to get in there.
If people we can. But I really, over the years, I know it's been a lot better for board chairman than it's now.
Understood. All right. Make sure I get all these dates. All right, so.
All we need, all the dates.
All right, so at this time, we'll go with board member comments, and historically, we started down on your end, Mr. Williams, where
Oh,
you,
come on.
well,
Okay, that'll be fine. First of all, I'd like to tell you all it's an honor and privilege to be able to serve with you. Looking forward to it. I guess the other things I'd like to say is I want to tell you, I ran my campaign last November on offering more opportunities for all of our kids, all of them, by working with the board of supervisors more closely, work with our towns, our businesses, get our businesses involved more with kids and workforce. I think we've been messing out a lot on workforce, so we could help some of these kids, but I'd want to have a goal that every kid graduating our high schools, even the ones that drop out, we can do everything we can to have them to learn a skill or a trade and work with their businesses and hopefully have them a job. We've got a lot of kids that's been out of school a year or two now and not working. I hope we can, like I said, at the very least, we can have them a skill and a job, all of them, every one of them. I look forward to us trying to, hope y'all work with me and try to achieve that. I really do. I was gonna tell you a few things I run into here I would like to have put on that list for the work session. One of them is the insurance. I wanted to ask, where's our health insurance at now? I knew a few years back we tried to get on the state plan. It was a lot better plan. And
I'll just tell you what we've historically, we haven't been able to do that. And I think there's legislation that prevents the counties from getting together and doing that. We're still on the self-insured plan that the county's on. The good thing is, we have not had an increase in how many years we've been on it. So it's been, we get some complaints about it, but it's, when you compare what's out there, it is, but we are always looking to improve it. We'll, of course, discuss that with the GES, and it's right out there. But Chris will probably, Mr. McLaren will give us an update of where that stands, usually February.
I figured about February.
So that we can get it in our budget. But the last time, what was it, a year ago or two?
It was last year we talked and had a conversation about, and we did, I mean, we haven't increased the rates for 3 years.
Yeah, and last year Mr. McClarney, I think it was last year, got some comparison quotes from other, if we went off the self-insured, did some other things, and I don't think those were cost effective, but again, we can put that in the work session for more
I'm
detail.
just curious about whether they consider it now or we'll try to get Mr. Ballard to do something with us about it or whatever. But my understanding is still good. It's not near as good as the state plan though, is it?
It's not. That's the thing we face as a county. I think, a lot of people people have spouses or relatives that work for tech, and you compare it's nowhere near the tech plan.
Water doesn't.
Yeah.
Got water, yeah. Well, anyway, I hope that's one thing we can work on. The other one was I brought up back in the fall. I still hope we would do a feasibility study or a study with the kids that's going to New River. If we still could look at providing them transportation over there. See how many's really interested in it would do it, if it's feasible to do. I think it'd be a good thing to be a lot safer on them going over it, save a lot of fuel, and hopefully we can study it down the road and see if we can pull that off. I'd really like for us to do a study. I'd love to know where, I know we've been losing students 35 a year average right along, and I'd love to know where these kids are going. Where are they going? Are they a lot of them dropping out? Or where's their dropout rate every year?
I can tell you, I looked at it in December.
Okay.
And we have a list, there's a listing of, we have entry codes and we have exit codes. Anything for an entry code is transfer from outside the county, transfer from a state-operated institution, transfer to public school in a different state, re-entry from a state-operated facility, and there's an abundance of codes for entries. And again, this is through December 15th, I did this. We had 111 entries. Now, they could be the same kid that went, left, came back, so it could be duplicated. During that same period of time, we had with the exit codes, that's again, transfer to a state-operated institution, transfer out of our division from a public school in a different LEA in the same state, transfer to a private religious affiliated school, same list, et cetera. We had 124 exits. The biggest ones are transferring to a public school in a different LEA in the same state, transfer to a public school in a different state. We had 47 that goes to a different LEA in the same state, 36 that went to a different public school in a different state. So, I mean, those are the two biggest exits from us. And then the third biggest, if I look here quickly, was transfer to homeschooling.
And that's a difficult thing for us because the state makes it pretty easy.
Did you find how many dropped out? How many dropped out per year the last couple of years?
Discontinued schooling, 5.
Okay. Well, it's not bad as I thought it was, but that's still 5, we'd make it safe. We give them some help. Yeah, I think at least the workforce got a lot of programs we got a few we knows will leave or one leaves. If we get them hooked up with them, I believe they could save a few of them maybe. But, okay, let's see, the other one, a couple more is the traffic congestion problem at Eastern Elementary. I think we're gonna talk about that later tonight, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Got an opportunity to maybe fix some of that. I talked to Ms. Bacchus. I had a couple people complain about we didn't have any handicap bathrooms on the field at Giles High School on the hill. I didn't know. I ain't been up there in a while, but she tells me it is a handicap bathroom up there. But when it got opened up, she wasn't sure, but it is but anyway, let's see if we can do a little better with at all these sporting events, we'd have a bathroom for folks to use it or while they're up there, or Poor John or something. And another one I've had several fuss about. I've been hearing about this for 2 or 3 years, ever since we stopped people walking on the track at Giles High School. I don't know whether y'all realize how much the public used that and mess it. Like I said, come back. I was going to see if y'all would consider. She tells me she didn't have a problem with it if y'all board approve it. But hopefully we'll look at that. Eagle River, dropout numbers and injuries. That was all. I'll be still. Thank you again. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Ms. Price?
Yeah, I just want to say I am really excited about the opportunity to work with all of you that are up here at the front of the room and with all of the professionals and administrators in the buildings in front of our students. I know the work that you guys have been doing over the last few years has just been really, really difficult, and it feels like you're facing headwinds around every corner. And so I'm just excited to be up here as a part of a unified front to make things better for our students and for our teachers. And my goal is just to help build some bridges and make sure that we're thinking about a strategic path forward to help these students be their best selves and make sure that everybody's got a safe and healthy environment to learn in. So I'm really excited to be up here and look forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm done
you sure?
for tonight.
Yeah, like always, I'd like to thank Dr. Arbogast and Ms. Mustang, Dr. Brown and Ms. Amanda for all they do. I've said that for 6 years. I'm going to say it till I leave here. So I'd like to thank all of our teachers, especially the ones that were here tonight for getting the awards. What a great job they, not just them, but all of them do. We really appreciate it. I know it gets rough sometimes, but just hang in there. And I'd like to congratulate Collier for his accomplishments in football. And I didn't mean to leave anybody out last month when I said something about mine getting the awards, but he's the only one I knew at the time. So, but congratulations to all the ones that got awards for their sports this fall.
I think everybody forgives you for that.
Yeah. Well, and we'll let Miss Gwen do that. But yeah, just looking forward to working with new board members, and just hope we keep up the good work and hope we have a good rest of the year. Up to you, Miss Gwen.
Well, first, I would like to welcome Jay and Nicole to our board. I look really forward to working with you and getting down in the dirt and getting at it. It's a great board. Like I said, we've done a lot of good things. I mean, we've always kind of had the mindset that we keep the kids. If we put the kids first, everything else will fall in place. So I welcome you, and I thank you for your eagerness to serve. Thanks to all the teachers, the Teacher of the Year thing. I love that. We kind of get to see, get to congratulate them for all the work they do, because, without them, our kids can't be successful. So I just appreciate all those teachers and, congratulate all of them who won. And, if we could give a Teacher of the Year to everybody, they deserve that. So I appreciate them. And with that being said, I appreciate our administrators in the building, because it's like a team. Our principals kind of hold everybody together. And so, with that being said, we appreciate our principals all the time, but it's administrator appreciation. So I do want to thank all of them for their service and their time. Thank you again to this group sitting up here. I always say we couldn't do anything without Amanda. Amanda keeps us all together. She really does. I mean, she's on that phone, she's on that computer, she does all of this. So sometimes I think we kind of forget about what all she does do. So I really do appreciate her. And so I will go over what's in the paper, since we didn't do all that last time. So these are our football honors. Aaron Miller, Brogan Pennington, Khalik Sanders, Christian Ratliff, Casey Caldwell, and Tyler Stafford from GHS. Congratulations to that group of fine young men. And okay, so then from Naris, Cam Mullins, Ryan Mullins, Brock Bowman, Aiden Tiller, Tristan Bowles, Colby Livingston, Antonio Conscious, is that again, Antonio? Bram Tabor, Gavin Hazelwood, Cooper Helvey, Matt McLaughlin, David Taylor, Elijah Canutes, Tucker Bryant, Levi Smith, Hunter Owens, and Collier Pruitt. Congratulations to all them. And with that being said, I will do one more. I think NARES is getting ready to start testing for SOLs when we get back to school. So, good luck to all those kids doing that. I know this has kind of been a very rough time, being out for 2 weeks, come back, 3 days to prepare, and then we were out for, different things, and then all week. So, I just, kudos to those teachers that are going to be trying to cram and get those done. So thank you and good luck to them.
All right, thank you guys for all the teachers for having to put up with this schedule and have disruption to your normal learning environment or teaching environment, and do want to appreciate the parents for being patient in this. We had, every time you hear virtual learning after what we went through as a board and as a system in COVID, you get I get flashbacks to that, but I think it's going well. I think, and again, I thank you for the patience, and again, it's for the safety of our kids and to keep these kids on schedule. Jay and Nicole, welcome. Very glad to be working with you guys. You all both bring a great set of skills and things that I think we're going to get some exciting things done in the next couple of years as this board is constituted. Look forward to working with Philip and Melissa again. So really excited to get going and get cranking on some things to try to, again, do what's best for our kids and move forward. Want to congratulate all the football honors that Melissa listed. I do especially want to congratulate Collier's special athlete and more than a great kid. Really was a pleasure to coach. And of course, the Nares kids, they've all been a pleasure to coach, and the Giles kids that are honored, it was a pleasure competing with them, especially the seniors the last 3, 4, 5 years in that. So congratulations to all them. And again, thanks to the staff here at the central office, all the teachers, and am looking forward to us getting rolling. All right. With that, we will need a motion pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711, subsection A3, to go into closed session to discuss consideration of the acquisition of real property for public purpose.
Make a motion, go in closed session.
All right.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed?